Yo, what is up, everybody? Welcome back to what is the show? Mushoku Tensei, Jobless Reincarnation. To episode 10 of season 2. So, what happened in the last episode? Last episode was Rudy meeting Nanahoshi, but like way better this time because the first time, he very briefly saw her and then got speared through his chest, and a lot of bad things happened. So this time it was a bit more pleasant, though he did have that like kind of PTSD response to seeing her, so it wasn't entirely like pleasant, but. I mean, it also wasn't even that pleasant because we came to understand that Nanahoshi is an isekai person, actually the girl that he was jumping. Bro, what if he accidentally got brought here? What if he like tagged along? Wait, okay. New idea just dropped in the middle of me doing the recap. New idea just dropped. What if like whoever tried to summon this is crazy, but whoever tried to summon Nanahoshi like was from this world, because we know someone tried to summon her. I'll get to that in a second. What if they were like trying to summon Nanahoshi, and the other one of the other dudes, and they're like doing the spell or whatever, and then Rudy just happens to kill himself right next to that spell and accidentally tags along. That would be so funny if he wasn't even brought here like nobody even meant to bring him here, but he literally just accidentally got caught up in the spell because he kills himself on accident right next to her. Oh my goodness, that would be so funny. And by funny, I mean interesting as opposed to funny. Just a thought. Okay, but yeah. So yeah, Nanahoshi is the girl from past life, right? That he was jumping in front of the truck to like try to like push out of the way or whatever. Let me just get the comments up real quick. So I have now gone and rewatched the beginning of episode 1 again, and I'll pull that up in a second. Because they flashed it very briefly in episode 9. They flashed a little bit of like the Rudy flashback, which then I didn't think to like, oh, let me actually like go check in again. Because the thing is, in the episode 1, we hear like a news report saying like two of the student or two of the people that got hit or whatever have been deemed missing, right? They throw in that information, which is really important. This is what's being said. Yeah, right here. In the first episode of the first season, you see policemen reporting that there are 2 students missing, and you can see the third student is fine. He's in like a hospital. He's in like an ambulance or something, right? So that information isn't information that Rudy has. So when we got the flashback in episode 9 from, I think, more so Rudy's perspective, we didn't hear. Oops, what happened? We didn't hear anything about. Oh, I highlighted the comment. We didn't hear anything about this piece of information because that was something the policeman said that Rudy was dead for, right? So, yeah, that's good to know. The Nanahoshi situation here, which like was kind of like in here a little bit too, is Nanahoshi got transported over. She had her 2 friends next to her. I think the 2 names she showed to Rudy are the names of her 2 friends, but she doesn't know that only one of them got transported, right? Because one of them's fine. One of them got transported, and she got transported. I think she has both names because she doesn't know how many got transported. She's just looking for them, right? So you can assume that only one of those guys got teleported to Nanahoshi, and I think those 2 names are both of their names because she is unaware of that piece of information. That's kind of where I'm at there. I kind of like this. She is looking for her friends. Yes. I feel like I was kind of on that page, but I don't know. This is her assuming that she wasn't the only one transported here. She has no way of confirming it. Same with her theory about changing too many things in the world and being erased. Yeah, I mean, the second theory is kind of a little bit her smoking crack. Like, she's literally basing that out of sci-fi, right? She read like one sci-fi book and was like, this is all the context I have for this world. Let me just go with it. But then it's like, Nanahoshi, I got bad news about like changing. Wait, you know the crazy thing about that? Changing too many things in this world and being erased? Low key. There's definitely beings out there that would probably do this. I mean, like Orsted, right? Like Orsted's like he's not going to do that obviously, or else he would have done it to Nanahoshi. But Orsted's like future vision or whatever, when he was talking to Rudy and was like, Eris shouldn't be this good at combat yet. Rudy, I don't even know who the hell you are. Like that kind of stuff. That is the current situation deviating from his vision that he had because of Rudy influencing it as an outside agent. So the risk of changing too many things in this world and being erased, I don't think you'd be erased by the weave of magic or fate or anything, but there's probably a good handful of beings out there. Not Orsted because he didn't kill Nanahoshi, but there's probably a good couple of beings out there that wouldn't want outside agents to influence like that which is, because then it will screw up their future vision. And maybe, I don't know. There's definitely an element there that could be actually be somewhat true. So, classic Nanahoshi genius. Actually, I underestimated her. Holy crap. But yeah, the this is a really actually fun little like manga slash maybe light novel thing. I know there is a manga too, but from other content of Fitz wanting to leave, or if she feels like she's in the way, Rudy asks her to stay even if she's bored because Fitz having her gives him courage, so she happily scoots a chair over to sit next to them while they talk. That is so, like, poor Fitz, bro. Like, you're just Rudy's emotional support animal, low key. You don't understand what's going on. You're just there to make him happy. Brutal. I mean, yeah. I mean, I get it though. Like, what Rudy's not gonna say to Fitz, "Hey, yo, Fitz, me and Nanahoshi are from another world." Like, blah 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 blah. Yeah, Fitz isn't gonna be like, "What do you mean? How you were how old when you were a child?" Imagine, that'd be funny. But yeah, it's just kind of a. I mean, just let Fitz leave the room, like. But it's also, you're scared of Nanahoshi because of all the trauma, so fine. Like, it's just kind of it's a super weird situation, which led to Fitz being in the cuck chair, right? But yeah, kind of fine for Rudy there. Slaver thing. Whole family went to slavery to cover her parents' debts. Family friend, extended family, etc. Like, finding the parents specifically is a no, but finding people that knew Julie is still a thing on the table. That's the only thing I'll say on that. We've talked about that a lot. This thing I do actually like that you're pointing out. It sadly makes sense, as a large character trait of Rudius's is to avoid conflict at nearly all costs, which in itself can be annoying. Oh yeah, and that's one of my like. That's like Rudy as a protagonist sometimes like gripes me with that, where it's like calls to adventure. Like, it sounds like he doesn't really want to answer the call to adventure sometimes, right? Like, it's even kind of crazy where. Because you can have like like a lot of characters at the start of stories will like not want to go on the adventure, and then something happens, and then they're provoked into the unknown to go on that adventure, right? Like, they're happy, something goes wrong, they get a call to adventure, like story, like the hero's journey story structure kind of thing, right? But there's that like provoking to go on the adventure, and for Rudy, like it was Paul sending him to Eris with Ghislaine. That was kind of like throwing him out of his comfort zone, kind of like a call to adventure a little bit with like mentoring Eris. And then, so that was that turning point one. And then turning point, or no, I forget the turning point where they were. Then the mana cataclysm happening is in a much more like overt, like boom, you are now in the world of the unknown. You didn't have a choice. Now you have to get you and Eris out of this hoe, right? So that was another call to adventure. And then even then when he like gets back home, it's like, oh wait, or like finds Paul or whatever. It's like, well, we still got to find Zenith, Aisha, and Lilia, you know. So that forces Rudy to do the adventure. It forces Rudy to engage with a plot to make the story happen, right? But then like what kind of like the Rudy avoiding conflict character trait kind of comes in, and it's like, it's honestly, that's the thing, like, where, how do I want to say this, like Mangard just kind of with this most recent arc of like Zenith is still missing, but then Mangard's like, yo, don't worry about that, let's fix your ED, go do this other arc instead, like, where it's not really Rudy doing actions. It's like the outside agent is just Mangard coming in and telling him what to do, like Loki. And he just goes along with it, because why wouldn't he? Because Mangard's helped him out up to this point, and he wants to cure his ED. So even with that like call to adventure with Zenith being missing, like it gets like the ED thing gets prioritized over that. Which originally in like the beginning of season 2, he was kind of doing both at the same time, where he was just trying to spread the Quagmire name and get the like, hey guys, look for Zenith, right? Because I mean, Roxy still hasn't shown up with the information, you know, we're still kind of waiting on the she's in the labyrinth thing, right? So yeah, I mean, he was kind of just biding the time, kind of working towards that, and then Mangard comes in and says, hey, let's do a different arc now, go to this place, and he's like, I bet, you know. So, yeah, it feels kind of odd to just have Mangard come in and kind of do that thing. Yeah. Someone that avoids conflict, non-confrontational as a main character trait. It's just interesting. It's an interesting character trait. I feel like it's almost like counterintuitive to a lot of like more like classic story structures. Doesn't mean it's bad though. But it can definitely be frustrating when it's like you have an interesting thing ahead of you and then you don't do it. But that's not even really the case for Rudy because well, it's not the case for Rudy because the plot we've seen, bad outside force happens, aka turning points, and then boom, he's forced to deal with it. So it's the story forces Rudy, despite being non-confrontational, it confronts him with things that need to be solved, which then forces him out of his comfort zone to do the plot, right? Yeah, it seems a lot of it seems almost like externally motivated, maybe because it's always about the turning points. No, but then it's his internal. He wants to protect air. I'm just getting caught in it. I'm getting caught in it. It's kind of interesting. It's an interesting story structure. And I've said this before, but like the turning point / man god story structure where things happen outside that we couldn't predict, that just kind of happen, like the mana cataclysm. We just kind of got to deal with that now, right? As opposed to it being like character traits, character desires pushing us directions. A lot of the times it feels like something outside pushes us, and then we're just kind of fumbling around as we're trying to pick up our pieces, you know? And I think that can be interesting in so much as it forces new character traits to either grow or be shown, right? And forces situations to happen that are interesting and engaging. Like, you know, it definitely can be interesting and engaging. It just requires then that it still does things, right? Yeah. Which is sometimes, it definitely does a lot of the time. I don't know. I'm not going to try to just poke holes in it right now. I think, I don't know. It's an interesting kind of thing. Like, I feel like it has a unique story structure, this story. This thing is something I addressed the last episode, so I'm not gonna worry about it again because I mentioned that off of a comment 2 episodes ago, and then last episode I was readdressing it. I don't remember exactly what I said, but I'm not gonna worry about it again. This is true. So this I misinterpreted. Nanahoshi said, quote, "A person said that I was summoned by someone," end quote, and Rudius asked about that person, not the person who summoned her. So Rudy was asking her about the person that told her she was summoned, not about the summoner. Okay. I would assume, I kind of thought that would just be Orsted, low-key. But she would say Orsted. I don't know why that would be hidden information. Because for Rudy it was Mangod, and Mangod and Orsted have some sort of clashing, right? So I'm willing to assume that if Mangod knows that, like, some stuff about... Mangod even straight up threw Orsted's name into the dirt. He said, "Oh, what about the Dragon God? He's into that kind of deal." So it's like, okay, interesting. So like that's who I would assume, but it could have been someone else. In which case, I don't freaking know. Truck-kun is too powerful. But Truck-kun went out of his way just to hoe Rudius. So real, so real. Cuck chair, super true. Books potentially aren't accurate. That's an interesting point actually. Yeah. I haven't really thought about that because like how are you gonna fact check, right? Like, yeah. And then this we just clarified. Nanahoshi is a character stuff. So by this point, Rudy told everyone in special class, not to Sophie, that he has ED. Interesting. No idea. That sounds like an interesting conversation to have with people, especially if it's recalling Eris, because I don't know. I want to see him think about Eris and talk to people about Eris. That sounds very interesting. So that's an interesting bit of content. Yeah, like that sounds like a good scene. He was afraid of... Okay, so Rudy has heard plenty about Silent, or which we know, right? Like, where is it? Silent 7-star Nanahoshi Shizuka, right? So Rudy does know quite a lot about her. Wait, let me just read this. And he has specifically been avoiding her for many reasons. The biggest one is he was afraid of being judged by Silent for not doing anything with his past world knowledge in comparison to them, and just generally feeling useless and talking down on himself again. That is so funny, by the way. Just this of like, he's afraid of being judged for not doing anything with his past world knowledge in comparison to them. He's afraid of getting one-upped because she out here like making moves. That's kind of a crazy thing. She has no mana, no royal lineage. It was just thrown in like 10 years later too. He had 10 years of extra time plus a giga amount of mana plus noble connections as a gray rat, and she's out here like actually doing all this crazy research, getting to the bottom of the mana cataclysm, freaking like doing giving like benefits to the school. I don't know what they were because Rudy didn't really say them, but Rudy said that there were like improvements to the school made by Silent that were similar to stuff from the past world. So she's doing all this stuff with her past world knowledge. She's on the grind set, right? And then in comparison, I mean, Rudy really doesn't look great. Like, I totally understand why he would generally feel useless compared to her. Though to be fair, she specifically just wants to go home. She doesn't want to like improve this world, right? But it is still funny that using her past world knowledge, like school uniforms, I think was actually one. She did improve the world, whereas Rudy hasn't really done that much, right? And it's also funny because that's something that like I kind of look at Rudy as like, I'm not expecting that out of you, but like it's kind of a bro moment, right? I'm not expecting you to just come in and freaking airdrop knowledge to the entire world and, oh, let me show you the wonders of things. Like, that would probably be I think that would be a good thing for you to do, but it's like, you know, it's a lot to expect. Nanahoshi out here with no magic in the last couple years, like 5 years or whatever, has been doing that. Nanahoshi different, bro. This is my girl. Oh yeah, she's looking for her two friends on the list. I said that earlier. We're good on that. Some opinions on some thoughts on Nanahoshi, which are interesting. So like this is an interesting thing to connect. So this line here, she is literally turned into what Eartheus used to be, a shut-in, as she just stays in her room conducting research all day. Great metaphor with her wearing the mask. I would say like yes and no, right? There's definitely a connection there that she is shut out from like most of living a life, like social stuff, you know, just a large part of life she's ignoring because she's so focused on getting back home, right? But Eartheus, like, she's actually making productive use with her time for her goal, right? Her goal is to go home, and she's working very hard to do that goal, right? To the point of being a shut-in because she has prioritized that above all else. Eartheus sat in his room and jacked off all day because he had no goals and was just sitting around because he was, you know, for all the reasons of shame and blah, 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 right? But he straight up wasn't doing anything productive and was wasting his life, whereas she's just trying to get out of this life because she doesn't like it, right? So they're similar in that they're both shut in, but like she's shut in because she's working. He was shut in because he wasn't working, right? And that productivity with being shut in, I respect so much more, right? It is still a super interesting parallel to draw. Like, I'm super down for it. Like, let me... she's literally avoided living a life, just spent towards working towards her goals in isolation, and it makes sense why she would hate it, 100 million%. Yeah, I would want to go home too, except not aging. Low-key, I'd just stick around if I didn't age. But she also said she didn't know if that means she would live forever, right? Because he is actually serious about... Yeah, and you can draw interesting parallels, especially to... current Rudius is very interesting parallels. Her parallel to Eartheus, like, there's some similarity, but, like, I'm not, like... her actually having a goal is a big distinguishment for me, and that being the cause. Between her and normal Rudius, she actually wants to leave, he wants to stay, she has a life to go back to, he does not, right? That's also probably why, like, she's not going to form any connections with people here, because why would she? She's leaving, right? She's got a ticket to the... She's taking a ticket. She's making a ticket to the next place? She's making a ticket back home, so why would she make friends in the new place, right? Which then is an interesting point of like, oh, all of a sudden she meets somebody that she initially assumes would also want to go home, and... you know, we can work together to leave this world. She won't be all alone anymore, which means we'll leave the world together. We'll both leave, and that connection will follow me back into my real life, right? But then he doesn't want to leave, right? So it's like, I almost want to say, like, specifically because she is going back, she wants to go back, that means she's not forming connections because they're not going to last because she's going to leave. But then when she has the potential to bring somebody with her that actually would also... want to go back, and then that connection could stay with her in the journey, then she tries to connect, but then doesn't work because he loves this world, which is very funny. But yeah, it's very interesting how the writer wrote her. Absolutely love the parallels between Nanahoshi and Eartheus. In the light novel, Rudy pities her and connects with her a lot more once she realizes that she is very similar to how he used to be. I'd be interested to see that. I'd be very interested to see that. that pitying and connection, because like I respect the grind set driving you into isolation, even if it's not healthy. Like, I do respect that to a degree, though I also probably shouldn't because it's unhealthy, but the grind set calls. So I respect the grind set leading you there. The opposite of a grind set, where you're just sitting around wasting, I super disrespect, right? So, as similar as they are, I also respect them in incredibly. My respect for them is incredibly different, right? Um, yeah, and it would, like, perhaps if she tried to live a little bit in this world, she wouldn't be as miserable. For sure, like it is a pretty. I mean, how miserable is she? She definitely wants to leave. She got her nose to the grindstone, bro. Gotta respect the nose to the grindstone. I mean, still, hey, like leave your don't come to class every month. Come to class. Maybe a little bit of a work-life balance would be healthy, right? And it would probably even enhance your ability to be in a good headspace towards working towards your goals. You don't want to burn out, right? Like talking with other people, connecting with other people will probably be helpful for pushing the ends you want. But yeah, it totally makes sense why she's like this for sure. This is incredibly funny. Didn't even think about this at all. That Nanahoshi told Sophie she's from the same place as Rudy is. And Sophie's like, bruh, but I'm from the same place Rudy is, and I don't know who you are. But she can't say it because she would reveal her identity. That's a crazy like couple, like cling, 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 couple connections there. And yeah, so Nanahoshi silent, Nanahoshi cliff pegging, crazy thing to say there. Got our little thing here. Let me actually make sure in my notes I have her name down correctly. Oh yeah, I have her friend's name. I'm gonna just rewrite Nanahoshi's name next to her friends' names that she has. Nanahoshi. Yeah. And she doesn't know Earthdeus' past name because she didn't know who Earthdeus is, right? That was something in here. Yeah, she didn't know who Earthdeus is. Earthdeus was some random dude. Why should she know him? Especially with him being a shut-in, right? Was there something else here? True. That's such a funny little thing where somebody shows up that has, like, similar benefits that he had with the past world knowledge, and they're actually grind setting and even, like, giving some of those to the school in order to enhance their position. And he feels bad in comparison. And, like, low-key, I'm like, bro, you kind of should. Like, she's out here making moves, bro. She's also unhealthy, bad work-life balance. Like, we could get onto her for a lot of things, too. Like, I'm not going to say she's in a perfect situation or anything. But in terms of, like, her actually, like, using her past world knowledge and giving it to the school to enhance her own position, it's like, that's pretty clever, Rudius, hello? I mean, he's using, like, dude, imagine, like, because we've talked about before with his magic being, he can do incantationless because he, like, understands, like, how it works, fundamentally, where it's, like, he understands physics, that's what, like, makes him be able to do freaking heat magic or something. That was, like, something I think we talked about way in season 1. Bro, he could revolutionize magic so easily if that is the case, and he does understand that to be the case. I mean, even just the information with, like, I can raise people, like, if we raise a kid to do magic from such an early age, they can learn incantationless, and that's, like, really good for their mana supply. Like, just that information is completely revolutionary for the magic world, and he could, like, I don't know, like, he could do insane things with that. I mean, he's doing, like, but the extent in which he's actually used that for, like, other than for himself, has been with Julie, who is for Zenoba, which is for his relationship with Zenoba, which is for himself, right? But I mean, also, if you just, like, use that information and, like, spread it with the magic college and, like, did a study and became, like, a prestige college student, like, that'd still be also for himself, but, like, that information he has not, like, tried to share at all or anything, right? He's just kind of used it to his own end whenever he wanted, whereas Nanahoshi is using the knowledge she has, even so she, like, she doesn't even know any of that incantationless nonsense. She doesn't even have mana. But she's used that knowledge well enough that she's gotten into the special course of the really insane college, despite not having any mana. Like, she's climbed the corporate ladder with no mana. I respect it. I respect the woman. And she on the grind set to go home. I respect the woman. But yeah. Honestly, the isekai, her being isekai thing wasn't even, I feel like that, they weren't trying to hide that one too much, low-key. Especially, let me pull up, this is episode 1. I mean, we're just gonna rewatch like our intro segment into where Rudy gets hit by a car. So let's just watch this real quick. 3, 2, 1, bang. Did I click play or did I not click? I did. Oh no, I did. Oh, it's just muted. Okay, there we go. Mid-30s, hit by a truck. Rudius. We hear Zenith's labor pains as she's going through pregnancy. 2 high school students thought to have been hit by are currently missing. Crazy foreshadowing. That's actually crazy. That's actually crazy. And he says those 3, so it's 2. Yeah, and then there's the one that didn't get transported. Bro, low key, Nanahoshi as a protagonist would be really crazy. Imagine just trying to go home the entire time and just nose to the grindstone, trying to get back. Maybe like this guy. Imagine her getting back home and then talking with this guy again and being the end of a series. I feel like that'd be so interesting. Being like, Jeremy, or whatever this guy's name is, probably. I have his name written. Akito/Satoshi. I made it home, you know, or whatever. That'd be like it's crazy to think of her, like the story kind of from her perspective, or like if we viewed it kind of with her as kind of the main character. That'd be really interesting. But yeah. Wow, he doesn't even die in the street. He actually dies in the hospital? Wait. So he's kind of in and out. He's in the limbo state where he's dying when he's starting to interconnect with being born. Did he replace... No, okay. Wait a second. Orsted. What did you say, Orsted? That didn't Orsted say that there wasn't supposed to be another kid? That he was like a special... Like he shouldn't even... That the Grey Rats weren't supposed to have a Rudy? I'm gonna check, actually, because that's so important. Latuk! Yeah, and then he, like, sinks away, right? Yeah, and then he wakes up. Wish I could have lost my virginity. What a crazy last thought to have. Okay, let me jump over to Orsted. Because didn't Orsted say... Okay, a little later. Oh my goodness, it's Eris. I miss Eris. Pax. What's up? Oh, this was Turning Point 2, wasn't it? What were the... I don't know the names of these episodes. Yeah, okay, no. Turning Point 2... Okay, so Turning Point 1 was Mana Cataclysm. Turning Point 2 was Orsted. Yeah. So, didn't Orsted say... that he wasn't supposed to be born? That's really weird, actually. Paul shouldn't have a son, only 2 daughters. But Rudy only connected... Oh, it's probably time dilation. We can probably just throw time that like, ooh, woogly boogly time and not worry about it. Hey, Nanahoshi, what's good? Bro, you're in the mountains and you're wearing a skirt. Can we get you some actual leggings? You're gonna be cold. Orsted's wearing like 7 layers in a fur coat and she's got her straight thighs out there, bro. Your thighs are gonna be ice. But okay, Paul shouldn't have a son, but Rudy was starting to connect. Like, Rudy, I think, got transported into the world while Zenith was going through labor pains. Because he gets hit by the car and then the droplet of the rain, we get to see Zenith in the labor. So, like, my question is... Paul shouldn't have a son. That happened 9 months ago. Sperm hit the egg 9 months ago in world, and then 9 months passed, and the baby pops out, and Rudy's soul gets connected to the baby. Boom, Rudy gets born, right? But I almost want to say, like, what was, like, a son freaking in gestation without being attached to Rudy, and that shouldn't have happened, but some, like, weird strings were pulled that made that happen. Like... I don't know. The intricacy, like the logistics of it is interesting. Probably not important and probably just kind of schizo to even think about. But the logistics, like, is interesting because he only seemed to have connected to the body of Rudius, the baby body, when they were going, like, the birth was happening. But, bro, baby body was in there for 9 months. That thing was in the oven being cooked, you know? So, and it was a son the entire time. It's not, you know... Or unless something changed. So I'm kind of curious if, like, during the pregnancy stage, if there was a hand from, like, whatever being did the summoning, if there was a hand from whatever being did the summoning that, like, caused this pregnancy to happen, even if it shouldn't have, and then pulled Rudy's soul and dropped it in, right? But we can probably just hand wave it all away with time dilation, magic woo-woo, and I'm honestly fine with that because who cares, right? But I don't know. It could be an important thing down the line. That's an interesting kind of idea. Eris. What if I just didn't watch the new episode and just watched episodes with Eris in it? Give me some good Eris episodes real quick. I just skipped. Did you see that? I skipped right to the guy hitting the tree. Oh my god, that poor tough kid just got blasted. I literally cut right to him hitting the tree there. That's so funny. Right there. That's right where it cut. That is so funny. I was just looking for Eris, not the tough kid getting murdered. Eris. Nokopara? Oh my goodness. I forgot about Nokopara. Screw Nokopara. Ruijerd is so based. Oh yeah, this was a good conversation too. And Eris is just chilling in the background. Yeah, Eris literally, we have this cool shake between Rudy and Ruijerd having like a big conversation. Like, all right, we're buds now. Like, we are locked in. We're, you know, we're trusting each other. We're a party. Let's make things happen. And then Eris just walks up and is like, hey guys, what about me? That poor girl. That poor girl. Okay, let's go to the scroll through the last episode. Poor Eris. Poor Eris. This is 9, right? Okay, what's up, Luke? Billymon. Luke Billymon. Why is she fencing with a chicken leg? Honey, honey! Shut up. Shut up. I'm sorry. Okay. Nanahoshi chillin'. Oh, somebody did put a comment that was like, what if he went into fight mode instead of flight mode? That would be so bad. That would be so incredibly bad. Also, Nanahoshi, you fumbled this start so hard. Like, you followed him out of the room when he's having an entire panic attack. This guy's the strongest wizard in this entire house. I would say that actually, I would say bar none, he's the strongest. I don't care if there's a king class water mage, he's stronger. I don't care. Incantation list is way too much. Plus his mana, way too much. He has the best base stats out of any wizard, right? Period. Other than Laplace, maybe. We don't even know if Laplace has incantation list though. We only know he has a big mana supply. But running away like that isn't very polite. Stay in your room. You make him faint. Nanahoshi, come on. People skills. People skills. Her 2 friends she's looking for. So the blonde one. The blonde one is the other one that got reincarnated. Oh, so we know what he looks like, because she looks the same. So blonde boy, if we ever see a blonde guy walking around, it's him. It could be him. She also looks like she was arguing low-key, right? Nanahoshi! And yeah, I don't see any, like, I totally understand why he wouldn't tell her. Like, oh, I was there. Like, bro, I wouldn't tell her either if I was Rudius. Well, no, I couldn't even connect to being Rudius. But, like, no, okay, for him, why would he tell her? You know? He's trying to abandon that world. Why would he make that connection onto it? And also, yeah. Yeah. Oh, yeah, and she's asking all that because he doesn't look like her, so that's kind of a crazy thing. Yeah. Honestly, the real tech would be to stay with Orsted, ask him about his future vision, and then any place that deviates from his future vision is probably where your friend is. Because your friend will mess up his vision in the same way that Rudy messed up his vision with Eris. So any region that differs from his vision would be where the guy is, and or some place that's been impacted by Rudy. To be fair, Rudy is pretty much cross-country across the entire world at this point, so who knows how much he's left a trail of, like, spinning away from fate in his wake, but who knows. That would be a good tech, I think. That's probably part of why she was with Orsted. Low, key. Depression strikes. He doesn't want to go back. Actually forced to deal with it. Can't run from the past. Cuts to the mask, where she's like, damn, that's a shame. Kokrunk. Dang, she really puts it back in. And then she starts quoting fantasy manga or light novels. That's funny. Yeah. And, like, why would he want to go back? Like, I totally get why he wouldn't want to go back. Look at this construction she's making. What is that thing? And these rocks? But yeah, we're gonna work together. We're gonna work together now. Let me just skip around a little bit. A lot of this was just exposition. Good exposition. I liked it. It was great. No idea why Orsted, but it doesn't seem like he summoned me. Man God threw it on Dragon God though. So who summoned you? Laplace? Question mark? I don't know why. Just because Laplace like gotta be important. We keep talking about the lad, right? So why not Laplace? She had to spend 2 years learning the language. That would have sucked. Bro, imagine getting dropped into this new world, no mana, no language, having to learn it from scratch, and then giga grinding your way all the way up to here, bro. Nanahoshi, I respect it. I respect it, Nanahoshi. You don't got that neuroplasticity to just engage the language super quick. Yeah. And I bet Orsted popped in. Oh, wait, you know the craziest thing? There was a really crazy shot. This is a Rudy positive shot. Let me find it. This is important. Look at this, look at this, look at this, look at this. She goes over to sit in the chair. Rudy's eyes. He looks over to her. She sets the chair in front of him. He looks away, bro. Look at this, look at this. He looks in front. He looks straight ahead at the chair when she places it, and then when she's about to sit in it, he averts his eyes. That's polite. That's a sexually polite thing to do. Because look at this. Look at this. Like if he was staring ahead, which he's not, because he's looking away. If he was staring ahead, he could like get a look at her panties, but he didn't even care to. ED Rudy greater than or equal to normal Rudy? Question mark? Like the man's being polite. I respect this. I like it. Yeah, good job, Rudy. That's a big Rudy plus. That's a big Rudy plus. That's some Rudy character growth. Or at least character development. I won't say growth because it's hard to say growth because it's connected to the ED, and that's a really complicated situation that like isn't straight up growth. So who's to say, but it is character development for sure, which is I liked that. I liked that. They do with their little bargain. You use your OP mana supply, Sophie in the cuck chair, to help me with my experiments, and I'll give you lore dump. Thank you. How are you gonna fix his ED though? I did think for a little bit with her being the girl that he saved, that there would be like a crush there, because I think that her being an attractive girl is probably what provoked him to try to save her back in Earthius land. But then the whole I want to go back to the old world, you don't, that kind of broke that apart, you know? Where I feel like they're not on the same emotional wavelength for that to be formed. If she had different opinions though, that I think that could have very well had oh my goodness, well no, but her being from his past life would probably be more of a, I don't think that would be that vulnerability connection he's looking for, because he's trying to get rid of that completely, yeah. So I don't know. It's just it was an interesting, like her being an attractive girl, that had a connection to him. The ED is always on the mind. I was like, oh, is this at all going to play into that? But I don't think it is really, because yeah, they have such different goals, and also she's an attachment to his past life, which I think is pretty much the last thing that he wants to think about, especially when it comes to having like sexual confidence. Poor Fitz, bro. Fitz, when are you gonna tell Rudy about what's going on? Oh yeah, and she gets Sophie to attack her because bad communication. She knew, dude, she was fishing for a fight. Right before she said that, she was putting on the rings, bro. She was putting on her defensive rings, being like, I know they might get mad, but I'm just gonna still say it bluntly. Nanahoshi, bro, you gotta do... Yeah. That's like the second time you made a bad situation worse, bro. Already earlier, you pushed up on Rudy when Rudy was having his panic attack, and then now you said that super bluntly to Sophie while putting on your weapons, bro. Poor Sophie got some pent-up anger, though. Holy crap. Totally makes sense. It's just, I like to see it. Everything we went through. Good stuff, good stuff. But yeah. Good RNG though, honest. Or what am I saying? Good RNG. Good RNG that none of Rudius's parents just fell from the sky and died. I mean, maybe Zenith, but like everyone else has been fine, right? Fitz literally both their parents are just gone, right? But yeah. Backlash, etc. You got a crush on her. No. She kind of rubs me the wrong way. Fitz feels better because Fitz is a little jealous third wheel. Or like scared of being a third wheel. Don't want to be cucked. Real. Yeah, okay, let's jump into the episode. I've had enough yapping. I've had enough yapping. Episode 10. Episode 10. Drinking myself a little berry lemonade. Episode. My turn. What is Fitz doing? Fitz is like spying out of a window in the first frame here. Fitzy Fitz. What is up with that? Hey, Fitzy Fitz. What is up with that? Okay, episode 10. Let's just get this going without further ado. In a 3, a 2, a 1. Bang! Cliff, Elena Lee's. Fitz, make a move. Oh, waving at Fitz, not at me. That's sad. Bro, no, last episode there was a... I mean, I get it though. I get it. You're jumping to so many conclusions here, man. Are your legs hurting? Wow, and they used to study together, but now... Come on, Fitz. Come on, Sylphietti. You gotta grow some balls. Yes. You gotta give it back to yourself, Fitz. You gotta get it back to yourself. Come on, Fitz. I believe, okay? I believe. I believe. Frickin' Rudius Grey Rat. When are we gonna see Eris again? Hey, when is our next Eris episode, bro? I just want to see Eris again. I miss Eris. I'm not... Well, it's less I miss Eris and more I'm so ready to see what they do with her character. After Season 1, bro. After Season 1, I need to see what they do with her character to figure out if I like her character or not. You know? She's in a flux state. She could still be peak, or she could be bottom of the barrel. I'm gonna say it how it is, bro. We could have the biggest fall off we've ever seen. We could have the biggest tier list drop of all time, bro. S++ to F if they fumble it. Or at least probably C. It wouldn't go to F, but probably B tier would be the lowest she would ever make it, just because of how much I liked her for a while there. But I gotta see what they do with her character. I'm so ready, bro. Take a step forward. Say that for Rudy, say that for Sophie too. Sophie, take a step forward. Come on. Rudy, I'm better. Okay. Year time skip. 16. Oh, buddy gutty. Buddy gutty. Workout partner? Good question, good question. Dang, buddy Gotti, I kind of like that. Like, what? Yeah. Alright. I guess you and Kishirika got that bond. I guess you and Kishirika got that bond. Yeah, y'all are scared of him? He got that swag. He got that swag. Yeah, and you already claimed the two princesses. Oh yeah, you want to throw hands, monkey girl? Oh, she's even scared of him. What was her name? Like Goriade? Yeah. He does have a lot of minions. Y'all are like number like 7 and 8. Don't pretend to be in the top two. That's a very Beastkin thing to say. He's trying to cure his girl before he gets cucked. True. Is that thing she's holding maybe cursing her? That'd be crazy. There's a shot of that in the OP. Of her like clutching it. Cliff, sit down. We're in lecture, bro. Or could she transfer it out of her onto an object, maybe? That could also be a play. The cuck charm, or what do we call it? What's up, Zenoba and Julie? The Nymphomaniac charm, bro. Nymphomaniac charm. It's lonely at the top. Lonely at the top. Yeah! Hey! 3... Look at that. Yeah, 3 mugs. Hey, Julie, 1 for you. Here you go, Julie. Drink up. Oh, wait, that's true. I forgot she was a dwarf. There you go, Julie. Drink up. Hey, your dwarf blood. Hey. Yeah, Julie. Drink up. This is good. This is good for your brain development. Dwarves low-key might be resistant to that. Any problems like that. That could be a genetics thing. Rudy is fine watching her drink, though. She might be fine. I don't know. I'm not a dwarfologist. Julie chugging that hoe. Julie was bottom-upping. God damn. She's a glypher, bro. Look at her grind setting. I love grind sets, Nanahoshi. Inventing spells with no mana in your latent in you? That's freaking cracked. She summoned an entire feather, bro. You wanted to summon an entire bird? You still trying to summon your friend? Work out principles 4 stages before that. Interesting. Yeah. Maybe. Hopefully that's how it works. We'll just have to see. Man, if she had the opportunity to leave this world, but it would cause a nuclear bomb to get dropped, would she do it? That'd be an interesting question. Like, if leaving this world would require a mana cataclysm? Wonder what her friend's doing. Maybe taking over a place using his past knowledge. I don't know. Or dead. Good job, Julie. Oh, she's making little kitties. Okay, thank you, Zenoba. Still trying to, like, learn how to sculpt. Thank you, Zenoba. Zenoba not just screwing around. He actually trying to learn a little bit on his own while we're going. Thank you, Zenoba. Yeah, the Fitz relation is fallen. From who? Roxy would be really clutch. Soldat! Ah, my brother. Thank you, Soldat. The best character. I love Soldat. Yes, let's have dinner with Soldat. Yes. Oh, what a great day. What a great day. Oh, that's so much. I feel so good. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, he's gonna see Elena, Lise, and Cliff together and be like, bruh, what happened here? Soldat and Quagmire. What's good with you, brother? Oh, my boy. Yeah, get some bling on you, brother. Come on, where's your swag at? Damn. Yeah. Oh, is Cliff about to throw hands and be like, she's not a slut? Let's see, let's see. Real? No, yeah. Cliff got that riz. Let's see, though. So that's like, bruh. No, okay, that went well. Hey, yeah. That went well. Hey, Cliff, get over here, bro. I just want to give you a hug. You're my boy. You're my boy. Yo, bro, next time you're in town. Yeah. And pound it, brother. Good shit. I love Soldat. I'm so glad he actually came back. That's my boy. That's my boy. Y'all better not die. Y'all be careful. Go be careful. Yeah. Man's gotta cite Shakespeare before casting a spell. Is that the guy? Imagine. Any blonde character, I'm immediately am thinking it might be one of Nanahoshi's hit friends. Could you imagine? Hey, Pilimon! But no, the chance of randomly running into him is like 0.2%, right? Imagine if she's buying something for Rudy or something like that. Oh, she's sweating. Oh, they both sweating. Fit's not looking at you. Fit's averting eyes, yeah. It's hard when he doesn't have eye contact. Why are you covering like this? Yeah. What a line. I bet Fitz has like told Luke and Princess Ariel about her situation with Rudy a little bit, like more ever since the new thing, and that's why this is all going. Because he's not malicious. He's just protective, right? Fitz, you gotta. Yeah. Yeah, that was awkward. You lack so much information. It's not even your fault because Fitz is just, you know, lock and key. Oh, you want to rant to somebody? Hey, fair. Cliff and Elena Lee's are gone. Soldat's gone. Nanahoshi on her grind set. Who's it gonna be? Books. Books are gonna. Who is gonna be? This is where you and Fitz like hung out, though. Yeah, I was about to say. Yeah. Communication. Good communication. Hmm. Okay. Okay, good communication, guys. Good job. I guess that could be huh? What? Wait. No, let's keep communicating. Let's keep communicating. Wait, okay, I'm starting to get some weird energy too. What is going on? I'm gonna have to reread all that. Boobas. The bisexual Rudy arc begins. Or continues, rather. He's coping. Aww. Sweet. Now he's getting embarrassed. Now he's getting shy. Oh, big question, big question. Or is he just he's very androgynous? Are you gonna ask for like the class registry? Yo, what gender is Fitz? Help me out. Fitz is a woman. Wong. Well, he's not gonna be able to answer that. He's not gonna answer that. Not gonna blow Fitz's cover. I don't even think yeah. Even if he does know, he's not gonna tell you. Yeah. The Fitz sex conspiracy, bro. Oh, Fitz ain't there this time. Yeah, what's up? Yeah? Okay, dude. Okay. Okay, dude. He's so into Fitz right now. It's actually insane. Yeah? Oh, he could see the contours. He saw the contours under the cloak. I'm a boy. No. Okay. He figured, hey, he got it. He got it. Is it? No? It did! Wow, it was, okay, dude. Okay. You figured out, you fell in love with Fitz. You fell in love with Fitz. And Fitz being a woman is what made it a ring. Oh, good respect. Good, yeah, good. I like these thoughts, Verdius. Wait, is it gone? Wait, huh? Yeah, it'll be a process. It's not gonna just one and done that hoe. Yeah, I like that. Oh, okay, boom, easy clap. We just solved it because Fitz is you a little fumbler whenever you standing up, so Fitz is like, oh, okay. Don't mind if I do. Now that's not. It was an accident, right? It was a trippy trip. Huh, Fitz didn't even have to say anything, bro. He just figured it out. That's crazy. I guess now Fitz is gonna have to, like, is being confronted with that, and which is gonna be a huge drama source because they've known each other for so long and she's Sylphie. So that's gonna be insane. Freaking Rudius and Fitz. And Julie. Julie really just be chilling, bro. Julie just be drinking some ale and existing, bro. Cliff, Elena, Lees could also be in trouble because they're out adventuring, but they'll probably be fine. But who knows? Because that kind of felt like set up to get them away so that he would have no one to talk to, which is why Fitz was who he ran into, right? But that also could lead to something, so we'll keep that in mind. Huh. So was it specifically figuring out that she was a woman? That's what made him Kronk? That's what made the Kronker get into action? Because he was like, wait a second. She got Booba. I like those. And I love Fitz. Double combo, bro! Imagine if he still thought that Fitz was a dude when his ED got cured. That'd be so funny. So wait, okay. He said something crazy that I was like, huh? About like being disguised. I think Princess Ariel disguised herself as Mr. Fitz somehow. I mean, that is a pretty cool idea. I mean, yeah, like having a silent bodyguard that you can like switch places with, low key. And so, because yeah, Fitz was what was Fitz looking at? Jewelry. So this could have been Princess Ariel as Fitz, which is why Luke was sweating. The way he carries himself, maybe. Yeah, because I kind of thought that this was just a. It was kind of weird because we had the very beginning was him and Ariel talking, Fitz and Ariel talking. I'm still gender. I'm just gonna Fitz. I'm gonna keep calling him because that's what Fitz wants to be portrayed as. But it's kind of a complicated situation. No, wait. Were they actually talking about it? No, they just saw it, but we didn't actually see Fitz. No, so at the beginning, Fitz is all like they share a special bond. Fitz starts jumping to extremes and unsure what to do. So Fitz's behavior here with Luke felt pretty reasonable because Fitz has a reason to be like, you know, little shy, shy because it's like, oh, he's with Nanahoshi now. Like, let me withdraw a bit, kind of thing, right? Like that would make sense. And Luke covering for Fitz would be for both reasons of maybe Fitz told Luke about it. We don't know how much they're talking. I think that's a decent assumption, or just the usual Fitz isn't supposed to talk, so like let me just cover for Fitz. But he was sweating, so I kind of think that. Or I guess Princess Ariel in disguise, but that's just kind of a random thing to throw out. Is that just him coping? I think that's just him coping because Rudy isn't aware that Fitz was upset about that at all. That Fitz was upset with the whole Nanahoshi thing. Rudy wasn't aware of that because they even talked about that for a minute. So to have Fitz be like more withheld like that, Rudy's like, is that even Fitz? Like that would make sense. But then Fitz is just like, I'm not allowed to speak while on duty, which I guess is fair. But it's like that's like such a fair reason. Like that's such clear communication that I appreciate. I don't think like is Fitz lying to me here? I don't think so. So what did you think about this, Rudy? He even is just like, I bet. Well, he surface level says, I bet. That doesn't mean he actually thinks I bet. But this seems so reasonable. I mean, it could have been Princess Ariel, I guess. But it also could have just been Fitz. I'm getting gaslit. Bro, it could have. Why couldn't it? Like, I feel like both. Like, the Princess Ariel thing seems like cope that Rudy's having. But now there's a small part of me that's like, does that magic exist? Because that sounds cool. And then that changes a lot of things. Wait, so what was the next scene with Fitz? They have that weird thing. And then he's back to completely being normal. Would Fitz go from acting weird in public like that to being normal? Yeah, I mean, it's reasonable enough, I guess. I would kind of expect Fitz to be acting a little off just because Fitz was feeling so, like, where's all my courage gone, like, Nanahoshi, Fitz was feeling all that kind of stuff and then seemed to kind of be doing a little bit, feeling the emotions a bit here. Huh. Yeah, I mean, I would just assume that this is actually Fitz instead of being Princess Ariel. Though if that magic exists, who knows? I don't know. We just haven't seen that magic before, right? Like straight up disguise self. And there felt like there was enough reason for Fitz to act like that. For Fitz to then not act like that is a little interesting. I had the very minor thought for a split second when he said, I think Princess Ariel disguised herself as Mr. Fitz. I thought for a second of like, what if the Mr. Fitz we've gotten to know has been Ariel the entire time? Whoa! No, that does not make sense. But that would be really funny if like we got tricked, But we'd have to look at so many of the internal thoughts would make no sense, and they'd have to be like jumping in and out. It'd be freaking nuts. She avoided me earlier. Okay, wait. Or maybe I'm just misunderstanding this. I'm not sure, but I think Princess Ariel disguised herself as Mr. Fitz. Yeah, I'm not sure about that. I think you're crazy. Because you just lack context here, coming up with a reason. Though that could be a thing. That could be a thing that sometimes happens. That would be interesting. She avoided me earlier because a careless chat could blow her cover. Sure. If that were to be true. It wasn't a sign that Mr. Fitz hates me. Yeah, I think he's just coping because he doesn't understand the situation because Fitz hasn't explained it. Okay. A little bit of school drama. A little bit of school drama. Man, that's just such a cool idea with this guy's self-type, Lucia Magic, right? Boobas. Why did you start thinking that Fitz was a woman? Because you started to get, like... You started to fall in love, right? You started to said, like, I think I'm in love with Fitz. Which, by the way, that sounds like good ED cure, right? I mean, it literally ended up being the ED cure, right? Like, falling in love, emotion, like, feeling emotion, like, that kind of emotion, I feel like would be a, like, that would make sense to me. Like, because it, like, opening the vulnerability, feeling comfortable, blah, blah, blah. Sounds like a, this is me doing a chart that leads upwards. Or, yeah, this is love. Though, is it love? What do you mean by love, Rudius? What do you mean by love? We gotta have a conversation about that. Because you like, man, he's falling in love with Fitz, but Fitz is like, bro, I'm Sylphie. That's crazy. So why did you start... Where did this come from? Just the androgynousness? Because he's literally... Rudius is literally told that he's male. But then he was able to think like, okay, the guy's like, you know, getting pressure put on him, so he's not necessarily true. That's just kind of a random thought for him to start to have, I feel like. I mean, he did like put boobs on it and then was like, oh my goodness, I'm thinking about Fitz as soon as I put boobs on this figurine. So that's kind of crazy, but... And then they have a little like... rom-com-esque freaking yeah it's goofy. Did you, so what did you see? I assume you just saw the booba, right? Oh, right here. I see it. Yeah, this shot confused me a tiny bit when I saw it first. I think this is Rudius' chest, and then Sophie's there. And he sees it and he's like, wait a second. Because usually the cloak covers that. That's just crazy. I'm a boy! Runs away. That's just such a that's such a Sophie thing to do. It's just so crazy to me. It's so funny. Huh. And then, yeah, and we're good. But now things are gonna go wrong a little bit, because Fitz isn't ready for that. But Fitz, guess what? You can't hide things forever, I suppose. If you hide things too long, you'll randomly trip and fall and end up on top of the guy, right? That's just fate. That's just fate. I liked Rudy though. I liked Rudy's thing about that. Of like, yeah, we'll take it super slow. I'll start treating her as a man. I'll keep treating her as a man. Like, yeah, that seemed. I really liked that. Crazy music to da 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 da, you know, violin, freaking strumming orchestra while he's going like, oh, let me check out my little man here. Like, that's just. I mean, it's a really big deal for the lad. Like, I actually do appreciate it. It's just like conceptually, it's kind of crazy, right? Where it's just like, what a crazy, like this crazy classical music playing over top, like him checking on his member, right? But no, I think it works. I think it works in this scene. It's just a funny scene. But yeah, so I guess think we kind of got a little bit of exposition, or not exposition, but just a little check-in on a bunch of different characters, which is always good. So a lot of that wasn't too crazy. A couple things to keep in mind, like the Cliff Elena leaves adventuring thing, right, and whatnot. But we did a drive-by for each of the characters, and then had like the Fitz thing has taken a huge step forward, right? So we'll just kind of have to see how that pans out. Fitz being the cure for the ED. That's always been the most likely situation, right? So I'm down. I don't know what else we were to, you know, what else could have really cured it, right? Kind of, I was thinking maybe like a random character could have shown up and done something, but no, Fitz. It was just, I was waiting for Fitz to figure it out, but it looks like Rudy has figured it out on his own. So good on you, Rudius. But yeah, we'll just have to see how Fitz responds to this. Fitz probably is going to freak out, not want to open it up. It's also a political thing because that's a secret that's not supposed to get out. Maybe she'll tell Ariel about this slipping and such. But yeah, we're just going to have to see how that pans out. Hopefully we get a happy, they have a good connection. Let's communicate more. I like our communication this episode. Good job, guys. Good. Hey, that's improvement. That's improvement from where we've been. We actually talking. I appreciate it. But yeah, on to the next episode. 11 should be exciting. Of course, if you like the video, subscribe. If you're new, blah, 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 comment below if you have anything to say, or join the Discord and talk to me or the Mushoku Tensei fans there. But until then, until the next episode, episodes 11 and then 12, that's what I've done. Obviously then, peace.